What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Trey back again on another video, and today I'm gonna be bringing you my NFL power rankings. Now, I was supposed to do this video yesterday, but I was not in the best condition to record the video yesterday. So yeah, I'm bringing it to you today. So yeah, the NFL season about to start September 7th. I believe that's when 2K comes out. The Chiefs gonna be playing the Lions. I believe that's gonna be a high scoring game. The Lions, even though they add depth to the defensive back room, the Chiefs, like, if you have Patrick Mahomes, though, like, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go for the Lions, especially that's going to be a first game with that new DB rule. The Chiefs do have question marks around receiver, but they've been having question marks since last year. They won Super Bowl, and also they best defensive player on the team, maybe they second, third best player on the team, Chris Jones. He'll be he'll be missing the season. He'll be missing the season because of contract negotiations, and he's looking for a big deal, and he deserves the big deal. I just don't think the Chiefs have enough money to actually pay him, because they have to pay Mahomes, they have to pay Kelsey, they paid some offensive line last year, Tooney, and I forgot the other guy they paid, but they paid a bunch of offensive line to try to help keep Mahomes upright. Also, though, what's that line for the Jaguars? They signed him for the Jaguars. I keep thinking his name. Is it Taylor, I believe? I could be wrong. But yeah, they pay him. So they trying to pay folks to try help keep Mahomes upright, because that's what their main focus is in doing, to be honest. Because, come on, like, they defense, they've been solid throughout the year, but they haven't been nothing special compared to the Chiefs. Or maybe that's just the media perception of the Chiefs defense. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into my power rankings. Now, my first team on this list, I got the Atlanta Falcons. I got them going 8-9. Now, the reason why I have them 8-9 is because I'm really not sold on Desmond Ridder yet. They defense, I don't know how about their defense going to, play. Is Jeff Okudah going to play? Is he going to be healthy throughout the season? AJ Terrell, he had an outstanding season last season. Yeah, I don't know. We gonna see. Book is out though. So yeah, I got them 8-9, and also they got a great run game. They got a great run game. Tyler Algier, I believe that's how you say his name. Last year, he had a great season, great underrated season. Nobody really talked about it, and they drafted another great running back from Texas who had multiple great years there, in Bijan Robinson. Now, Arthur Smith, we all know he loves to run the football, and to have two great running backs at your disposal, good luck. Good luck. It's gonna help take the pressure off Desmond Ridder. So yeah, I think they picked up Jonnu Smith to help with Kyle Pitts, because they're gonna be running like a lot of two tight end sets for the run game. So yeah, and I'm not sure about the pass catchers outside London and Pitts. Maybe Johnny Smith be good for them. I could be missing something, but yeah, I just don't see them doing anything big. So that's why I have them 8-9. So next team on the list, I have the Bears, and I got them. In, this is probably the first on anybody's list, but I got them tying. And yeah, 8-1. That's my record prediction for them. Justin Fields, he still got to develop as a QB. He still got some accuracy concerns, but the talent around him definitely got better. They got Claypool, they got DJ Moore, who's the real actually good addition. They still have Darnell Mooney. They still have Cole Kmet. The offensive line has improved, even though they could be missing Telvin Jenkins, I believe, for like a couple games because he's injured. Defense got better. They got Tremaine Edmonds, T.J. Edwards. They got Tyree Stevenson for Miami. They still got Kyle Gordon. They still got Jalen Johnson. They still got Eddie Jackson. They got Brisker, who's looking for a breakout season. So yeah. And they also still in the running for like a defensive lineman. Maybe Chris Jones go to them. I don't know. Anything can happen. But I don't know. I have them. I believe they just they are going to be that one team that ties this season. And I'm going to give you the team they're going to tie with soon. So, next team was Buffalo Bills. Got them 11-6. Buffalo Bills, they've been a great team ever since Josh Allen took the lead. Josh Allen, it all depends on how the offensive line holds up and the pass catchers beyond Stephon Diggs, because the offensive line last season, that was not a good showing by them, especially by how the Bengals showed up against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are just demolished them. They have no pressure with Patrick Mahomes at all. And then to the fact, and then we just put that in perspective, and how many times Josh Allen got pressure that game, that should be embarrassing. So, yeah, it's just something to put out there. I believe the offensive line, wide receivers outside of Stephon Diggs is going to be a concern this season, even though they got Dalton Kincaid, who they can put outside sometimes, and Dawson Knox, who they can put outside sometimes. So, we're going to see. But I have them going 11-6. Also, they'll be missing Von Miller for 4 games since he's still recovering from ACL surgery. And they scheduled the first 4 games, nothing too worrisome. So they should be able to get this record. And the Broncos. Now, this is the team I believe the Bears are going to tie with. The Broncos are going 7-9-1. That's my prediction, because I believe Russell Wilson. I believe he's washed. The team itself, though, I believe they have a good supporting cast. Well, at least before Tim Patrick went down again. Jerry Jeudy, he went down again. So it is up to Cortland Sutton, their tight end group, Javonte Witt. I don't know. It's just very underwhelming. I don't know. It just, once Andrew started to power on, he just started to look like, dang. Are they really going to be something in this conference, especially in the division they in? I don't know. I don't know. But their defense, though, is always going to be at the top of the league. Now, they defensive line, they got Randy Gregory. They got I can't think of the other defensive line for the Broncos, but they got Patrick Surtain. They got a good defense. They got good coordinators to help produce great outputs on that end. So they're going to be in games. And I believe they're going to tie one of these games. And I believe it's going to be with the Bears. I'm predicting now. I believe it's week 3. They're going to tie. That's my prediction. It's probably a hot take, matter of fact. So, yeah. Next team on the list, I got the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Cleveland Browns, this is supposed to be the season that they make it to the playoffs again, because they had to wait through Deshaun Watson's suspension. They had to go through this media storm of why they give him such a big contract if he gonna miss half the season. We all know he's guilty of doing this and that. So they have to go through it. And now Deshaun Watson have to repay them for giving him that much money, for him giving Gig that much money and show out on the football field. But I just don't see them doing too much again. But I do believe they're gonna have a winning season, because I have them going 9-8. Now they should be in the ballpark where they should be aiming at. They probably think they should have 10 to 12 wins this season. Oh no, they have the capability to do so. They have talent. They have Amari Cooper. They have Nick Chubb. They have stars on the offensive line that I can't think of right now. I think, what's his name, Jedrick Willis, I believe. They have that rookie from Ohio State, DeJuan Jones, big boy. That man is a tank. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think they re-signed David Njoku this offseason. I believe they could be good. Their defense always been good, but they D-line also got better in the process. They picked up Shelby Harris, David Tomlinson. They got Myles Garrett. So their defensive line improved. The DB room is still one of the best, led by Denzel Ward. So we gonna see. I mean, 9-8 should be the benchmark for them, but they could be better. I'm not limiting that possibility. So the Cardinals, I believe they're going to go 2-14, because they just named Josh Dobbs as the starter. I believe that's cool story. but I believe they probably gonna win like 2 games, probably the first 2 games or 2 early games on their schedule, and it's probably gonna be it for their win success because their offense is just suck. They offense needs heavy improvement. They defense, I believe, could get better under Gannon, but I'm not seeing too much on that end either because I believe this is going to be a tank year. Whether they uh, get Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison or the other receiver that's from Ohio State, um, or they just they try to upgrade the offensive line some more and try to get another receiver. I don't know what they're gonna do. It all depends on if they believe in Kyler Murray or not. Who folks think that he probably not gonna play the next season because of how bad this situation is. It would be not fair to him to even go out there and stink it up because your offensive talent around you stinks. So it all depends on him. So yeah, I don't know. It depends on if they believe in Kyler Murray. I don't think they should draft Caleb Williams or Quinn Ewers or Drake. What's his name? Drake. Dang, I forgot his name. From the QB from North Carolina, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, go on to the next team. Next team I have on my list is the Chargers. I have them going 10-7. Now they have the capability to be way better than 10-7, but I just don't trust the Cardinals. I said the Cardinals. I just don't trust the Chargers. This win close games because they find a way to blow those games and they lose games against the Chiefs they shouldn't lose, and they end up losing them. And the Raiders, even though I'm probably not too high on the Raiders, but they defense can still keep them in games. And the Chargers, they know how to blow the games. So we'll see. They offense are definitely gonna have a step up in offense with Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator. Now, I believe the reason why they worked with the Dallas Cowboys is because I feel like they were holding him back to a degree. So this is definitely gonna be the season if things don't change of their passing game because you have Justin Herbert. You have one of the biggest arms in the league. If you cannot utilize that to a degree, what are you doing, dog? What are you doing? So yeah, I have them going 10-7, and I believe they're gonna be second in their division again. So we're going ahead and go to the team that's going to win the division in the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe I have to see it to believe your approach because folks been trying to write off the Chiefs for I believe like a year or so now, and it just haven't worked. I remember last season before the season even started. Oh, Patrick Mahomes, if he loses Tyreek Hill and stuff of that nature, I believe that's his last time winning Super Bowl, which was wild at the time because first off, he's in his 20s, and they've been to the conference AFC Championship game throughout matter of fact, all his career. So why would that change now? They still have Pat Mahomes, they still have Travis Kelce, they still have Andy Reid. Come on, that's basically your foundation right there. You don't need nothing more, and I believe they're going to go 13-4. It could be 12-5. It depends on how much their defense is ailing without Chris Jones. And now, if they defense start ailing, they might have a 10-7 season if I'm really thinking about it. Because they defense, it's so much you can do on offense. It's so much you can do on offense. You can put up 30s and 40 per game all you want to. But if you give up 30s and 40s, you're not too much effective. You're not an effective team. That's why the Vikings, that's what they did in the playoffs because their defense wasn't solid all year. Their offense, yeah, they had a great offense, but their defense was shaky all year. So that's why they picked up Brian Flores. But yeah, the next team on my list, I got the Indianapolis Colts. And I have them going 4-13, maybe 5-11. And the reason for that, they have a young QB. I believe Jonathan Taylor probably going to get traded probably today as I'm making this video, or down in the future, because I don't know how it's going to go, and you have a rookie QB that you don't know how that's going to go, He going to have some growing pains, and we're going to see how effective he is in his rookie season. I'm not expecting too much from Anthony Richardson. He's a little raw. He's definitely going to be coming in right away to play, so they throw him to the fire to try to see how he can work out his mistakes, and we want to see a losing season from the Colts again. And Colts fans, I don't think they should be surprised about this because I believe they know they in a rebuilding year. So yeah, we're gonna see how the Colts respond to their rookie QB. We're gonna see how they respond to their rookie QB. Now for the Commanders, I have them going 7-10. Now I believe they could be better than this. It depends on how Sam Howell looks because I believe they defense, even though they lost DB coach Chris Harris to the Titans, which I believe is going to be a great addition for the Titans. But we're gonna see how the defense holds up against their average offense. I believe Sam Howell could be good. He could be good. He makes the right plays. He pushed the ball when necessary, which is a great sign of a good QB. So we're going to see. The offensive line, I believe, still probably has a question mark. Their pass catchers, it's pretty okay. Nothing too to write home about, but it's solid enough to get the job done. Like I said, their defense always gonna be good. They D line, Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, who they just paid. Montez Sweat, I believe they still have him. They just picked up Emmanuel Forbes in the draft, who led the college football in picks. And the reason why they picked him up because to fit the Fangio defense, because they play like a lot of chorus coverage, and it's all about read and reacting. You're not jamming up somebody. They ain't pick him up to do that. They picked him up to be dominate because that's what he ran Mississippi State to play quarters, play the hooks, not the hooks, the curl flats, the flats, and stuff of that nature. We gonna see Emmanuel Forbes probably have a good rookie season just because of that reason right there. But yeah, I just have them at 7-10. Cowboys, I have them going 12-5. This is a great team. Whether folks like it or not, I don't like it at all because I'm not a Cowboys fan in the slightest. I'm probably one of the big. Now, I can't say I'm one of the biggest haters because I don't talk about them like how other folks talk about them. But I do not like the Cowboys. But this Cowboys team is elite. They are elite, dog. It all depends on how Dak Prescott performs. Because I believe their defense with D-Law, Michael Parsons. They picked up Mozzie Smith, who they've been missing for a while for the D-lines, what I'm talking about. They haven't had a good interior line in a while, so they picked up Mozzie Smith in the draft. So yeah, they still got Leighton Vander Esch. They picked up Stephon Gilmore for a late round pick. They got Trayvon Diggs. They still got Malik Hooker, I believe. So yeah, we gonna see they defense, and then under Dan Quinn, they defense is going to be elite. It all depends on how the offense and how they respond. Even though they picked up Brandon Cooks, that is true. They got Brandon Cooks to complement CD Will. It all depends on how Dak Prescott performs this season. And they picked up Trey Lance for like a 4th round pick. So if Dak Prescott, if he do have like a bad season, yeah, it's starting a little scary for him in his time in Dallas. But it all depends on Dak Prescott. I believe he can have a good year since his pass catches improve and he don't have to worry about balls just going through receivers' hands and just bouncing up and down. Then he don't have to worry about that this season. At least I don't think so. Okay, so the next team I have on my list is the Buccaneers, and I have them going 3-13. I just don't see them being good this year. They defense is going to be solid with Todd Bowles, but I just don't see the offensive production necessary to win them games. Like Baker Mayfield, I believe he's average at best as a QB. Their QB room's not really that good. They still got Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, but I'm not worried about them. It's just who delivering the ball. That's my main problem. And we're going to see how that shakes out next season. So The next team on this list, I got the Miami Dolphins. I got them going 10-7. I believe they're gonna make the playoffs again. I believe Tua can probably stay healthy more than he did last season. He gained that muscle mass for a reason, so he'll get ragged all around like he was his first couple years in the league. And he folks was criticizing him for gaining the weight, even though it's weird. Let's be honest, it's weird because he gained that muscle to prevent injuries. So yeah, I don't know what was the problem there. They still got great pass catchers in Waddle, Tyreek Hill. Who else they picked up? I'm blanking out for a second. Dang, I forgot who else they picked up. And I know they lost Mike Gesicki in the offseason to the Patriots. Their defense got better. They got Javon Harlan. They got Cam Smith from the draft. They still got Xavier Howard. They have Jalen Ramsey, but he's going to miss games up until like November, December. So we're gonna see how that shakes out. I believe they're going to go 10-7. Their offensive adjustments definitely gonna have to be real because there's a lot of film out on the Dolphins offense, so they better be able to adjust this season. If not, they could be on their path to losing. So we'll see. And this team coming up, I believe this could be the second best team in the league again. Oh no, actually, I don't think there's. I would say top 2 team in the league again, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles. Now the Eagles, they still got great O-line. Even though I think they lost a couple pieces to their O-line, but they still have a great O-line. They got great O-lines coach. They got a good running back room. Rashad Penny, who if he can stay healthy, DeAndre Swift, and they got Gainwell. So it depends on how they perform. We all know they got great receivers in AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. They got Dallas Goedert. So yeah, they defense. I believe they defense, if anything, has probably taken the most hit because they lost their defensive coordinator in the offseason to the Cardinals. They lost key safeties like Gardner Johnson, who was outstanding for them last year. So we're gonna see. I don't know how that's gonna shake out, but I believe their offensive production can overcome their deficiencies on defense. But they still have Slay and Bradbury. I'm not trying to get, and they also lost T.J. Edwards in the offseason too. So yeah, they definitely have some holes, but they D line though. They got Jalen Carter, they got Fletcher Cox still, they got Jordan Davis, they got Graham, they got Hassan Ray. Having guys like that on your D line, that definitely could take the pressure off your DBs. So yeah, we gonna see how that shakes out. So next team on the list I have the 49ers, and I believe they're going 10-7. Now, the reason why I have them 10-7 is because I don't see. It all depends on how Brock Purdy responds to his rookie season. Now, if he has a sophomore slump, it's going to get spooky for the 49ers coaching staff and front office. But I don't think he's going to have a sophomore slump. I believe he's going to have another good season. I'm not saying he's going to have an elite season. I believe he's just going to have a good season to get the job done and get them in and out of possessions. Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't know. I believe they're going to have another good offensive season because they still have talent around them with Debo, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle. I think they still got Juwan James, Brandon Ayuk. So they picked up Cameron Latu from the draft, or was he undrafted? Dang, I forgot. But I know they got Cameron Latu. They still got big boy Trent Williams. But I believe they offensive line outside Trent Williams I don't know how they going to respond. All eyes on them. Their defensive backs, all eyes on them as well. Even though they got a couple of variants in the safety room, I don't know how they corners outside Savarius Ward, Taysom Gibson, and them boys. I don't know how they're going to respond. So the book is out of them as well. So we're going to see. And they picked up Javon Hargrave to even bolster their already great D-line. They have Nick Bosa. They have Aaron Armstead. They have Javon Hargrave. They have Drake. What's his name? Drake Jackson, I believe, who they picked up last year in the draft, if I'm correct. So their D-line is legit. it's just all about how the offense responds to the last season and how the corners respond to last season. Because yeah, that was a question mark outside Travarius Ward. So next team on the list, I have the Giants. I have the Giants going 9-8. I just don't see it with the Giants, especially with Daniel Jones as the QB. He's just the average QB to me. I don't think he should have got 40 mil. I mean, he should have got around like in the 25 to like 32, 33 million, around that area. I don't think he should have got more than that. His offensive production outside Saquon Barkley looks not good. And he still have issues that I shouldn't see as a very quarterback now. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how Daniel Jones responds to last season because I just don't see it with him, bro. And we gonna see how the defense responds because they still got what's his name? He came from the Ravens. I can't think of these folks' name. I don't want to pronounce his name wrong, but yeah, the defensive coordinator for Ravens, and he going to send all types of blitzes and stuff to make them uncomfortable. They got Isaiah Simmons to even bolster that. Now, man, we have Isaiah Simmons. Well, not we, because I'm not Giants fan, but they have Isaiah Simmons. They have Thibodeau. They have Dexter Lawrence. That is a good foundation for a good front seven, and that's going to make QBs uncomfortable this season. I'm trying to see that defensive coordinator. Is it Meek Ward? No. Dang, that's crazy. I want to give him a shout out too because his defense always be good. And it ultimately kept the Giants in games they shouldn't have been. So yeah, next team on the list I have the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I have them going 9-8. Now the reason why I got the 9-8 because I believe folks are just a little bit overrating the Jaguars this upcoming season. Even though, yes, they did have an alright season for their standards last season, especially with no outstanding receiver in the receiving group. But we gotta realize they don't have a front seven really. Folks already spelling concern about their front seven taking a hit, especially they lost Arden Key in the offseason. So yeah, they front seven needs some work. Even though they still got Josh Allen and Trayvon Walker, they still need help on their end. I don't know how the offense is going to be next season for them. Now they got Calvin Ridley back from suspension, but is he gonna be the real big? They also re-signed Evan Ingram too. So is he gonna be really the key? I believe he's going to make a difference. Trust me. He's one of my guys from Alabama. I believe he's going to make a difference right away. But folks just need to pump the brakes on the Jaguars because even if they have a top 5 offense and Trevor Lawrence is probably MVP discussions, how are their defense going to respond? That's going to be a real question. How are their defense going to respond? So yeah, I have them going 9-8. The Jets, I have them going 11-6, and this shouldn't be a surprise to nobody. I just don't see them as this top-notch team that everybody should fear. And here's why: the offensive line. I'm worried about the offensive line. Yes, Mekhi Becton is back. He's playing right tackle. They still who's their left tackle name? I believe he's solid on that end. Their interior tackles, I don't know how that's going to go. But yeah, their offensive line is definitely a question mark. Even the coach said they have problems, and trying to address it up front now instead of waiting till. If you have problems right now, it's not going to go well. So we're going to see. But they still have Aaron Rodgers. They still have Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook. They have Alan Lazard. They have Garrett Wilson. They still got Randall Cobb. These are all pieces that Aaron Rodgers are familiar with outside Garrett Wilson. Let me see. Who else they got? They got McCall Hardman, who can take the top off defenses when necessary. And their defense is still great, still elite. I believe if they offense do have struggle games, I believe their defense can keep them in those games. But they still got Sauce Gardner. They got his Robin to his Batman and Reed. They still got Quinn Williams. They still got they front seven is loaded. And I keep thinking they front seven. I think they still got Lawson, if I'm correct. They still got dang, I can't think of their D line. But yeah, they front seven, because I know they drafted Will McDonald, which was very unnecessary for them because they, like I just said, they front seven is already loaded. I think what's that D line they drafted last year? They still got him. Yeah, their defense is going to be solid once again. I don't think this is gonna be a hot take, but yeah, they definitely be a top 3 unit. It all depends on how they respond to adversity, because they definitely gonna face a lot of it this season, especially with Aaron Rodgers. We don't know if this is gonna be his last year or not, even though he said it's gonna be more than 1 year, but we all know how that goes. So yeah, I have them go 11-6, and I believe they max potential is definitely Super Bowl. So next team on the list, I have the Detroit Lions, and I got them going 8-9. I don't see this like double-digit win season for the Lions just yet. Even though they got a good group. They got Jared Goff, who's solid for them. They're gonna be missing Jameson Williams, but he's going to be back. They still got Amon-Ra St. Brown. They lost Hutchinson last season to the Vikings via trade. They got a great offensive line, one of the top-notch offensive lines in the league. They got a good running back group. I forget the other running back because they traded Swift away because they have too many good running backs on the roster. I believe they have Montgomery out, and they picked up my guy Jamar Gibbs from Alabama in the draft. And they defense, like I said, they added experience to the defense. They got Hughes, they got Gardner Johnson. I could be blanking on a couple names. They still got Hutchinson. They still got this dude that's supposed to break out for Houston. I think his name James Houston, something like that. Hopefully I'm not botching his first name. But yeah, they defense definitely upgraded. But I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna see with Jared Goff this year. We're gonna see. And if they do have a double-digit win season, I believe Dan Campbell should be in the run for coach of the year, because turn that thing around and the stuff he had to go through the last couple of years and turn it into like a playoff team, that definitely deserves coach of the year considerations. So yeah, my next team on this list, I have the Packers, and I have them going 6-11. Now I just don't see how folks think this Packers team gonna be downright bad. I don't think it's gonna be downright bad. I just don't really believe in them like that. They definitely gonna have some growing pains with Jordan Love. How he going to handle close games. I believe his talent level has definitely caught up compared to the hype that was with him throughout the draft process. I believe him learning under Aaron Rodgers definitely helped tremendously, even though they tried to tear them apart a lot of the time. Even though Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers said they had an amicable, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but a close relationship where Jordan Love was able to learn up under Aaron Rodgers. And that's a great sign, because we can tell how he's slinging that thing. So yeah, it all depends on how they go throughout the season. But yeah, I just don't see it with them, so I got them going 6-11. So next team is I have the Carolina Panthers, and I believe they're going to challenge the Falcons for the division, and I believe they're going to go 7-10. Now the reason why I have them going 7-10 because first of all, they have new coaching staff, they have a new QB that has to go through the ringer. Bryce Young, how he's going to handle the NFL game at his size. But they did pick up weapons. They picked up Allen Thielen. They picked up DJ Chark, I believe. Yeah, they picked up DJ Chark. So yeah, they trying to help. Even though they lost DJ Moore, but they trying to help out Bryce Young to help get him through this season. I believe they're going to be a solid team, though. Well, not solid. I believe they're going to be an average team because they have Bryce Young. He can get you like 1 or 2 wins. I don't think he can give you 3 or 4 yet, but I can believe he can give you 1 or 2 at this very moment, even with his pass catchers not being top notch. So that's my opinion. I think they drafted a receiver in the draft too. I just can't think of his name. But yeah, their defense is going to be elite. Them and the Saints, and them and the Saints. I believe they have the best defenses in that division, and probably a top 10 unit overall. So yeah, I don't see them making the playoffs, not just yet. Or shoot, if Bryce Young, let's say I have done 7 wins, but he can win 2 more, and that's 9 wins. So we gonna see. It all depends on how they get through the regular season, and it would not surprise me if they trying to play like a win or you out playoff scenario with the Falcons or Saints or somebody. So yeah, next team on my list I have the New England Patriots. Now the Patriots, they picked up Ezekiel Elliott, even though I don't think that's too much of an addition. They still got Ramondre Stevenson, and folks hoping he break out this season. Their receiving group, when folks said it was average, they still got Devontae Parker. They got Thornton, that speedster. They lost Jonnu Smith because he really wasn't really playing him like that. And they ultimately love to run the football. And they trying to help Mac Jones this season because Mac Jones, he had a horrible year under Patricia. I don't know why was he the offensive coordinator. That was a mistake from Bill Belichick. Another questionable move. And yeah, they still get Aguilar as a receiving group, and their defense always gonna be solid because Bill Belichick, even though I believe he has some questionable decisions and like making coaching style decisions and making GM decisions, so and even in the draft, well, that's part of the GM process. But yeah, his defense always gonna be elite. Now he even changed his defense up to have more safeties on the field this season, as I didn't know up until this point of the season. Jalen Mills gonna be playing safety this season for them, and what they receive, what they not receive, but with their DB group of with the Jack Jones, the other Jones, I can't think of his name, Kyle Duggar. They got they lost Devin McCourty this offseason due to retirement, but I don't think their defense gonna take a drop at all, even though they still can get beat outside because they don't have guys like Gilmore and J.C. Jackson to be the band-aids for them. But I don't think they're going to tail off at all. I believe their defense going to be a top 10 unit still. I just don't think their offense going to be like capable enough to be something special. But I believe they will be having a bounce back season, even though it's going to be a 9-8 season for them. But it's a bounce back for what they was doing last season. And speaking of bounce backs, let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I just don't see it with them. I got them going 6-11. I just don't believe in the quarterback position. Jimmy Garoppolo, I just don't believe him at all. He's average at best. He's not gonna produce the production that they are expecting from them. They lost Darren Waller. They still got Devontae Adams. And it all depends on how Jimmy G gets the ball to Devontae Adams. Because Derek Carr, one thing for certain, he was trying to get the ball to Devontae Adams. And Devontae Adams, he still had an elite season last season. So it all depends on what happens. Their defensive group, I believe, is going to be top 15 at worst. So yeah, I just don't see it with him because Jimmy G, he don't push the ball downfield for my liking, and he don't look at the middle of the field when it's necessary either. So yeah, it all depends on how that goes. So next team on the list, I got the Los Angeles Rams, and I got them going 4-12, and actually, I'd say 5-12. I'd give them an extra win. Wait. Yeah, it actually should be 5-12 because 17 games. So yeah, 5-12. I just don't see it with the offense. The comments from Matthew Stafford saying he can't connect with the receiver group because they young. He don't really know them like that. That's very concerning coming from your quarterback. That's supposed to be the leader of your offense. That's concerning. Their defense took a hit. They lost Jalen Ramsey. They lost key pieces here and there. And they really didn't get to upgrade their defense or offense because they barely had draft picks to even upgrade because they lost all of them to Jalen Ramsey. They lost all to Matthew Stafford. But at least they got the championship, so they're all that matters. But yeah, they have to go through it. And then ultimately, they might have to trade Aaron Donald mid-season for a team that's, looking for a push for their D-line because I don't think the Rams are going to do it. And yeah, those are my thoughts. So next team on this list, I have the Saints. Now the reason the Saints I have at 6-11 is because of Derek Carr. In my opinion, I don't believe in Derek Carr either. His scrambling and extending plays, I don't know. I just don't know how he's going to respond from last season. He takes way too many sacks unnecessarily instead of like stepping up in the pocket. He just folds, and that's where the production of receivers. Even though I believe he can get the ball to Chris Olave, I believe he can, and Michael Thomas. Well, actually, they said reports of Michael Thomas and him haven't had the connection like Chris Olave and Derek Carr has gotten. So yeah, it all depends on how that works out. I just don't see it with Derek Carr. Even though I believe their defense, like I said, is elite. I just don't believe in the offense like that. And they're gonna be missing Alvin Kamara for a couple games due to suspension. So yeah, we're gonna see how it pans out. And this next team, I'll be talking about the Ravens. I believe they're gonna have a bounce back season. I believe they could go 12-5. Lamar Jackson, I believe he's my favorite to win MVP because they got offensive coordinator actually try not do too much pocket passing, but do to a degree that actually helps Lamar Jackson and the offense produce great results. Don't take away all his running game, even though he is getting to that age where the running game is like, we got to protect him at some point because all these injuries piling up, you're not going to do yourself no favor. So if he can stay healthy and they offense produce like I expected to produce with Zay Flowers, Odell Beckham, what's his name? I think they still got Devin Duvernay. They still got Bateman. So we'll see how that receiver group do up under that offensive coordinator they just got from Georgia. I'm telling you, Lamar Jackson, I'm calling it right now. If he don't win it, I believe he definitely gonna be a top 3 MVP candidate because his passing yardage and his stats in general, besides rushing, is definitely going to go up this season. So yeah, the next thing we talking about is the Seattle Seahawks. Now the Seahawks, I have them going 10-7 again. I believe they went 10-7 last season. So yeah, I have them going 10-7 again. The Seattle Seahawks is a solid team. It even got even better with Jackson Smith-Njigba complimenting, some folks think he might be the best receiver in the group just coming in. But yeah, he's coming in with Tyler Lockett and he's coming in with DK Metcalf. That's a solid group. And they got a lot of running backs. And Zach, man, I can't pronounce his name. And they also got Kenneth Walker, who they got last season. They got George Fent. They defense. Now they defense. They definitely upgraded their defense with Devon Witherspoon. They still got my main man Kobe Bryant. They still got Tariq Wood. Not Witherspoon. I would say Witherspoon. Tariq Woolen. They still got Quandre Diggs. And yeah, the defensive line. They picked up Bobby Wagner again to maybe this probably his last season in the league. We're going to see, but he definitely going to help out with veteran presence. So, yeah, we're going to see. But I have them going 10-7 because I don't see how Geno Smith take a step back because that was like stuff that was translatable into the following season. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. The next team on this list, I have the Houston Texans, and I have them going 3-13. Now, the reason why I have them going 3-13 because I believe it's going to be some growing pains with C.J. Stroud. How he's going to pick up different stunts. How he's going to pick up different schemes because in that preseason game, the Patriots so fooled him because they disguised what they was running to perfection. That's why I said the Patriots, they always gonna have solid defense because they know how to do stunts. They know how to disguise defenses. All right, like I'm telling you. But yeah, back to the Texans. CJ Stroud, I believe he's going to have a solid season, but I don't think it's going to be a good season where they just inching close to the playoffs. It all depends on how the Titans and Jaguars, how they can stay healthy throughout the season, and how the Colts go through their season. But I don't think they're gonna be winning too much this season. It's gonna be their rebuilding year until next year. This one we're gonna start seeing some things, especially if actually they don't even have their first round pick this year. So we're gonna see how that goes. They got John Mechie. They got Noah Brown, who folks really don't believe in. I'm probably one of those. They still got Nico Collins. They still got they picked up Dalton Schultz in the off season. Let me see who else they picked up. They picked up Robert Woods. So yeah, in their defense, they still got Sting, Darius Stingley. They still got Will Anderson. They cut a couple veterans that I thought that was gonna help out the Texas group, but I believe they think oh, it's time to move on. And D'Amico Ryans, I believe he gonna have them boys playing. Folks gonna be sleeping now, but I'm telling you, he gonna have them boys playing. So yeah, the next team after this, I have the Tennessee Titans, and I have them going 10-7. Now, this could be way lower if folks cannot stay healthy, because this is going to be what year 3 or year 4 of our IR just being flooded with players by week 3. Dog, like this don't make no sense. I have videos on the channel of me complaining about the Titans medical staff for a while now. And I even made posts on Twitter about it too. Something's not right. They even adjusted the field to help, withstand some injuries, even though some folks do not like well, not some, probably like 60% of folks have expressed their disagreement with turf. So that's to tell you all you need to know. But yeah, they still have Derrick Henry. They picked up a great compliment to Derrick Henry and Tajay Spears. He gonna have a great rookie season. Their receiving group, they got Hopkins, Burks, NWI. I believe they have Kerry Jackson, even though they probably making cuts as we speak. So I'm not even sure who their receiving group gonna be. They still got Chig. They picked up Andre Dillard, who's supposed to be a good left tackle for them. Depending on how it goes, he probably could be moved around the offensive line if he's not holding up well in the end. They picked up Peter Skoronski in the draft. They right tackle. They got Nicholas Petit-Frere, but he gonna be suspended due to dumb stuff. Well, it's not even dumb. It's just the gambling stuff. Like I don't get it, bro. Gambling. I don't see gambling as too much of an issue. Especially if you voting for like basketball teams and stuff like that. I don't see it as an issue, but that's just me. But yeah, the Tennessee Titans, I believe they're gonna have a 10-7. And also for defense, they still got Kevin Barr, they still got Wayne Hooker, they still got Jeffrey Simmons. They added Arden Key. They get back Harold Landry. Now the Mike linebacker, that's probably gonna be a question mark because Jack Gibbons and outside now Sire, he's gonna be solid for them. He's gonna be great for them actually. But behind him, I don't know how it's gonna go. So yeah, I just don't see them as a great team. 10-7 could be a little bit pushing it depending on who you ask, but I believe it's probably around the mark. And also they get back Ryan Tannehill, who's been solid throughout his time in Tennessee. And I believe with this new offensive scheme with Kelly, I believe they're going to revitalize this offense. I believe this offense could be at worst top 15 from a step up from where it was at 30-something, which was horrible. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Titans. So let's talk about my final team on this list. I have the Minnesota Vikings. Now, Minnesota Vikings, I got them going 11-6. Their defense improved. I believe their defense improved a whole lot. They got defensive coordinator Brian Flores, like I just explained to you. They offensive unit, they still got a good offensive unit, even though they lost Dalvin Cook, but they got Justin Jefferson. Now they got Jordan Addison. They offensive line is expected to take a leap. So yeah, this is definitely 11-6 season for them. And Kirk Cousins, it's all going to depend on what Kirk Cousins do this season. Now, folks been trying to put him in MVP conversation for like 2 years now. So yeah, it depends on how he responds to adversity and how the Vikings going to perform well. How the Vikings gonna look on defense this year? I believe they're gonna be a good unit on their end. So yeah, let me know if you guys like this video. This is my power rankings. This is a long video. My voice is basically shy at this point. So yeah, if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and this is your boy Trail. I'm out.